Good morning. Welcome to Morning Special. 여러분 안녕하세요. 1월 2일 화요일 최수진의 Morning Special입니다. The new year has finally dawned, and on this new working day of 2020, we look forward to many new challenges and changes that we need to quickly adapt or adopt for that matter. And one such change starts with our very own ID cards. 올해 주민등록번호 부여 체계가요, 45년 만에 바뀌면서 뒷자리의 지역 표시 번호가 사라집니다. 현재 13자리 주민번호 체계는 1975년에 만들어져서 45년간 유지됐는데요. 올해부터 새로 주민등록번호를 받거나 번호를 변경하는 사람에게는 주민등록번호 뒷자리의 지역 표시 번호가 사라지고요. 성별 뒤에 6자리가 임의번호로 부여됩니다. 네, 또 스마트폰으로 발급받아서 사용할 수 있는 전자증명서 발급 대상도 확대되고 임신과 아동 돌봄 지원 서비스를 한 곳에서 찾아보고 신청할 수 있는 원스톱 서비스도 시행이 되는데요. We're surely improving our daily lives with changes here and there. And with that in mind, let me give you our first quiz question of the day. Another very important document you need to carry, especially if you have a car, is the driver's something. 네, 골라주시면 되겠습니다. 1번 driver's license, 2번 driver's look, 3번 driver's scent로 골라주시면 되겠고요. 오늘 1월 2일 목요일이네요. 네, 제가 1월 1일 지나고 나서 이제 요일을 잠시 착각했습니다. 청취자 여러분의 많은 참여 기다리고 있습니다. 퀴즈 정답 보내주신 분들 중에 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드리겠습니다. 또 drivers 스펠링도 D-R-I-V-E-R로 고쳐주시면 되겠습니다. 소식과 소감 그리고 방송 중 궁금한 질문 있으시면 보내주세요. 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045고요. 반디 게시판도 이용 가능합니다. Okay then, let's kick off today's show with today's global headlines. 세계 각국 언론사들의 어떤 헤드라인이 올라왔는지 살펴보는 시간입니다. Touch Global Headlines.
The United States has announced the immediate deployment of about 750 soldiers to the Middle East in response to the violent protests at the U.S. Embassy in Iraq.
미국이 이라크 바그다드 주재 미 대사관 습격 사태에 대응을 위해 병력 750명을 급파하기로 했습니다.
President Xi Jinping used his New Year's Eve address to defend China's one country, two systems model. Taiwanese leader Tsai Ing-wen said the arrangement had failed in Hong Kong and would not work in democratic Taiwan.
시진핑 중국 국가주석이 2020년 신년사에서 하나의 중국을 강조한 데에 대해 차이 잉원 대만 총통은 일국 양제 대만 방안을 절대 수용할 수 없다고 밝혔습니다.
Wall Street closed 2019 with the broader market delivering its best returns in 6 years.
미국 뉴욕 증시가 지난달 31일 상승세로 화려한 한 해의 피날레를 장식했습니다.
U.S. President Donald Trump has said he will sign the Phase 1 trade deal with China at the White House on January 15th.
도널드 트럼프 미국 대통령이 중국과의 포괄적인 1단계 무역 합의에 1월 15일 서명할 것이라고 밝혔습니다.
Flash floods have inundated Indonesia's capital and nearby towns on the first day of the new year.
인도네시아 수도 자카르타에 새해 첫날부터 물난리가 났습니다. And for the headlines and more on the second day of January, it's a Thursday, not a Tuesday. It's Steve. Good morning.
Happy Saturday, everybody. You know, I'm so excited about 2018. You know, the upcoming year, 2018
What?
Saturday, isn't
What?
it?
Thank you, Steve.
You know,
you make me look less bad.
After a day off, it takes a couple of minutes to
Yeah.
get back into the swing of things,
Exactly.
right? Oh, that's a good expression. I love it when I find the expression of the
In
day
the opening?
in the very opening of the show.
맞아요.
Back in the swing of things. Yeah, Happy New Year once again, everybody.
Yeah.
The second day of the year. Happy New Year to you once again, Sue.
Mm-hmm.
How's 2020 so far?
It's all right. I'm trying to get used to the days of the week. But,
Yeah.
you know. 5568님이요. 새해 복 많이 받으세요. 올해도 모스와 함께하는 한 해가 될 거예요. 라고 보내주셨습니다. Thank you very much. 신정인님. 어제가 꼭 일요일 같아서 오늘 살짝 늦잠을 잤네요. 오늘도 힘차게 시작해봅니다. And this person says it feels like Monday today.
I was going to say that. And I think you said that to me before we got started
Yeah, I
today.
did.
It does kind of feel like a Monday, right?
Exactly.
But the good news is that we have today and tomorrow, and then we get our first official rest
Oh, yeah.
of 2020,
Weekend,
I
yes.
guess, right? Yeah. How did you spend your New Year's night? Just a
you
normal
mean
one?
New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day
Yeah.
or yesterday?
Yesterday.
I didn't do anything special. I stayed at home for the whole New Year's Eve and New Year's Day as well. So, but I needed some rest. What about you?
Well, New Year's Eve, I said I didn't want to do it, but I had to go out for a reason on New Year's Eve because I knew that the traffic was going to be so bad.
Yeah.
But then, I watched the ringing of the bell ceremony on television,
Okay, yeah.
which was really nice to see. And
I
then,
watched that too.
Did you
actually.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And despite the freezing temperatures, there were tons of people out there.
Oh, really?
I heard an estimate of 80,000. I don't know if that was
Really?
accurate or not. Anyway, it seems like people really enjoyed ringing in 2020, and now we're off and running.
Exactly. 1191님이요. 새해 복 많이 받으시고요. 연봉도 많이 받으세요. 라고 보내셨습니다. Happy New Year, and I hope you get a raise, this person says.
Well,
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Us too.
Us too.
To you too. Everybody gets a raise.
Everyone, 모두 연봉 많이
It's like,
받으세요.
remember that Oprah Winfrey moment? You get a car. You get a car. We could say that. You get a
네.
raise. You get a raise.
좀 이색적인 새해 인사 감사합니다. 덕분에 아침부터 웃네요. 자, laughs aside though, we will go over the headlines. If you'd like to listen to the headlines again, you can do so by visiting our website. Let's go over the stories.
Headline number one. Today, the United States has announced the immediate deployment of about 750 soldiers to the Middle East in response to the violent protests at the U.S. Embassy in Iraq.
미국이 이라크 바그다드 주재 미 대사관 습격 사태에 대응을 위해 병력 750명을 급파하기로 했습니다.
So what happened here was Iraqi supporters, many dressed in military apparel, they pushed into the compound, the United States compound, using cars to break through the gates, and then they hung a poster on the wall saying, America is an aggressor. Now, the latest update to this story is that the siege is over, but tensions are still running high, and Defense Secretary Mark Esper said in a statement that he had authorized the deployment of an infantry battalion from the Immediate Response Force, or IRF, of the 82nd Airborne Division.
네, 그렇습니다. 친이란 반미 시위대가요, 밤샘 시위 끝에 철수했다라는 업데이트 소식이 있습니다만, 그럼에도 불구하고 긴장감은 증폭되고 있습니다.
In Mark Esper's words, he said this deployment is an appropriate and precautionary action taken in response to increased threat levels against U.S. personnel and facilities, such as we witnessed in Baghdad today. So apart from the immediate deployment, additional forces from the IRF are prepared to deploy over the next several days. And U.S. officials speaking on the condition of anonymity said that 750 troops would initially be based out of Kuwait, but the officials did say that as many as 4,000 troops could be sent to the region in the coming days if that should be needed.
네, 그렇습니다. 폭스 뉴스가요, 이제 최소한 500명이 이미 쿠웨이트로 이동 중이라고 밝혔고, 이제 앞으로 한 4,000명 규모의 낙하산 부대원이 수일 내에 투입될 수 있다라고 밝혔습니다. Also, there was a battle of tweets between the US president and the leader of Iran.
Yes, you are correct. President Trump on Tuesday blamed Iran for planning this attack on the U.S. embassy in Iraq and promised to hold Tehran fully responsible. This this was the tweet. Iran killed an American contractor, wounding many. We strongly responded and always will. Now Iran is orchestrating an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Iraq, and they will be held fully responsible. In addition, we expect Iraq to use its forces to protect the embassy and so notify. But like you said, Iran, not happy about this. They denied that they were behind this, and they said American officials have the astounding audacity of attributing to Iran the protests of the Iraqi people against Washington's savage killing of at least 25 Iraqis. That was from Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Abbas Mousavi.
Also, the leader of Iran, Ayatollah Khamenei, retweeted, and it's not very often when we get to see these sorts of retweets from Khamenei. He in fact said to the US, there is nothing you can do, and this is the reason why so many countries hate the US. A big sort of blaming game going on between the two sides there. 트럼프 대통령이 트윗으로 이란이 모든 책임을 져야 한다. 대가를 치를 것이다. 이렇게 한 것에 대해서 이란의 최고 지도자 하미네이는요. 이례적으로 또 리트윗을 하면서 당신은 아무것도 할 수 있는 게 없다. 이러니까 뭐 많은 나라들이 미국을 증오하는 게 아니냐. 이렇게 얘기를 했습니다. Tensions running high as you mentioned earlier on. 이 지역에 이렇게 다시 긴장감이 증폭되고 있는데요. 다음으로는 이제 대선을 앞두고 있는 대만으로 한번 헤드라인 넘버 2 가보겠습니다.
President Xi Jinping used his New Year's Eve address to defend China's one country, two systems model. Taiwanese leader Tsai Ing-wen said the arrangement had failed in Hong Kong and would not work in democratic Taiwan.
시진핑 중국 국가주석이 2020년 신년사에서 하나의 중국을 강조한 데에 대해 차이 잉원 대만 총통은 일국 양제 대만 방안을 절대 수용할 수 없다고 밝혔습니다.
So the Chinese president expressed concern for Hong Kong. He argued the success of neighboring Macau, which he visited earlier on in the month of December. And it showed that the one country, two systems framework used to govern both Hong Kong and Macau is, quote, fully applicable, achievable, and popular. The quote continued, without a harmonious and stable environment, how can people live in peace and enjoy their work? I sincerely wish Hong Kong well. Hong Kong's prosperity and stability is the wish of Hong Kong compatriots and the expectation of our motherland.
네, 신년사에서 일단은 중국 국가주석 시진핑은 중국과 대만의 관계에 있어서 하나의 중국을 이제 굉장히 강조하는 모습을 보였습니다. 이에 대한 반응으로 차이 잉원 대만 총통은요, 역시나 신년사를 통해서 일국 양제 대만 방안을 절대로 수용할 수 없다. 이렇게 밝혔죠.
Yeah, and the Taiwanese president had quotes as well saying Hong Kong is an example to show one country, two systems is not feasible as democracy and authoritarianism cannot coexist in one country. Chai is facing re-election. That's coming up very soon, by the way, in just 9 days on January 11th against a more China-friendly opponent.
네, 그렇습니다. That would be Han Kuo-wi, the candidate that Chai is running against. 1월 11일이 대만 대선일인데요. 이제 열흘이 채 안 남았죠. 이렇게 재선 고지에 오르기 위해서 야당의 후보로 나선 차이 총통이 어떤 그 중국과의 선을 긋기 위한 발언을 한 게 아니냐. 전문가들은 이렇게 보고 있습니다. 야당 후보는 국민당의 한구어위 후보인데요. 최근에 있었던 그 마지막 여론조사 결과에 따르면은 이제 대만의 빈과일보가 이렇게 보도를 하고 있습니다. 여당의 차이 총통 그리고 러닝메이트 라이 칭더는 48.6%의 지지율을 보이고 있고요. 반대 측 야당 후보인 한거위 후보 그리고 장산정은 이제 합쳐서 15% 정도의 지지율을 보이고 있다고 합니다.
It should be an interesting election. Chai said under her leadership, Taiwan would focus on how China is causing instability in the Taiwan Strait and that Taiwan would not exchange sovereignty for short-term economic gains. The leader said China's goal is very clear, and that is to compel Taiwan to make concessions on the question of sovereignty under under duress.
All right, and let's move on to financial news.
Wall Street closed 2019 with the broader market delivering its best returns in 6 years.
미국 뉴욕 증시가 지난달 31일 상승세로 화려한 한 해의 피날레를 장식했습니다.
Pretty exciting news for the stock market in the United States. The S&P 500 finished with a gain of 28.9% for the year. The NASDAQ composite rose 35.3%. And for both of those indexes, it was the best annual performance, like the headline says, since 2013. And they say technology stocks helped power those gains by increasing 48%. The Dow Jones Industrial gained 22.3%. And along the way, the three major indexes that I just mentioned, they set more record highs than in 2018, and they kept the stock market going very, very well.
네, 그렇습니다. 뉴욕 증시의 3대 지수는요, 최고치를 계속해서 새로 기록을 경신하면서 20% 이상의 상승률을 기록했습니다. 그렇게 한 해 2019년을 마무리했어요. And a lot of the media outlets also wrapped up the 10 years from 2010 until 2019 and said that there was a huge increase over that decade as well.
Yeah, exactly. And this truce between U.S. and China and this trade war that was 17 months long helped keep investors in a really good mood, if you could say, in a buying mood through the end of the year.
Well, staying on that topic of trade talks, the talks between the US and China are moving forward.
U.S. President Donald Trump has said he will sign the Phase 1 trade deal with China at the White House on the 15th of January.
도널드 트럼프 미국 대통령이 중국과의 포괄적인 1단계 무역 합의에 1월 15일 서명할 것이라고 밝혔습니다.
In a tweet on Tuesday morning, President Trump said, I will be signing our very large and comprehensive Phase 1 trade deal with China on January 15th. The ceremony will take place at the White House, and high-level representatives of China will be present. At a later date, I will be going to Beijing, where talks will begin on Phase 2.
네, 그렇습니다. 1단계 합의의 주된 내용을 살펴보면은요, 중국 같은 경우에는 농산물을 포함해서 미국산 제품을 대규모로 구매한다라는 내용이 들어있다고 하고요. 미국 같은 경우는 당초에 계획했던 추가 관세 부과를 일단은 철회하고 기존 관세 중에서 일부는 관세를 낮춘다. 이게 골자라고 합니다. 또 이제 2단계 회담은 정확히 언제일지는 밝혀지진 않았지만 베이징에서 이뤄질 것이라고 지금 스티브 선생님이 설명을 해주셨습니다.
So the White House didn't respond to a request to comment on which top Chinese officials will be present at the signing. But regardless, under this pact, Washington agreed to cancel some new tariffs and reduce rates for other duties. And China said that it would buy more U.S. agricultural products. And it also includes changes related to intellectual property and technology. President Trump sees striking a broad trade agreement and cracking down on Chinese trade abuses as a priority ahead of his 2020 re-election bid. And the tariff battle between the United States and China has worried investors who fear it will drag on economic growth. But as I said, at the end of the year, with news of this Phase 1 deal coming and looking positive, investors for the stock market, they felt positive as well. Interesting to note, too, because Trump once suggested that he would prefer to wait until after the 2020 election to strike any kind of trade deal with China, but he's now pushing forward after this Phase 1, it looks like, for Phase 2.
Yes, although experts did say, as you mentioned there, it's unlikely that Phase 2 will end before the US election. 이제 1단계 합의는 그래서 이달 중순에 마무리가 될 것 같고요. 2단계는 이제 뭐 구체적인 언급은 없었습니다만 아마 조만간 베이징에서 미중 정상회담이 개최될 것으로 이렇게 시사가 됐네요. 마지막 헤드라인, 인도네시아 폭우 소식입니다.
Flash floods have inundated Indonesia's capital and nearby towns on the first day of the new year.
인도네시아 수도 자카르타에서 새해 첫날부터 물난리가 났습니다.
At least 9 people died and thousands of people were forced to evacuate, authorities said yesterday. As of 4 p.m., this is a quote, as of 4 p.m. today, there are 19,079 displaced residents who have been evacuated at temporary shelters throughout Jakarta. That quote was from City Governor Anies Baswedan talking to a news conference. The rain in Jakarta has stopped. Now we are waiting waiting for the water to recede.
네, 어제 오후 기준으로 9명이 사망했다고 하고요. 지금 이재민만 거의 2만 명 가량이 된다고 하는데 이제 곳곳에서 뭐 주택과 차량이 침수되고 정전도 잇따르는 등 많게는 한 200에서 300mm의 비가 밤사이 쏟아졌다고 합니다. 그리고 한 최고 2m 높이까지 물이 차올랐다고도 하죠.
Really scary. If you saw the television footage,
Yeah.
and we're seeing footage on Poinen radio right now,
Yeah.
that water is extremely high, and you can see how quickly the water is flowing as well, right? So the scary thing is, cars, as we can see, floating away with the power of the water. Another scary thing, you don't know what's in the water. Electricity is a concern as well, and that's why Indonesia's state electricity utility said that it had switched off the electricity in hundreds of districts in Jakarta. Jakarta is home, by the way, to about 30 million people.
그렇습니다. 또 주 인도네시아 한국 대사관도 피해 상황을 전하고 있는데요. 일부 한국 교민도 집이 침수됐다고 합니다. 일상생활로의 빠른 복귀가 이루어지길 바라겠습니다. Those are our headlines for this morning. Let's remind our listeners of the quiz now.
Another very important document that you need to carry, especially if you have a car, is the driver's blank. Is it number 1, driver's license, number 2, driver's look, or number 3, driver's scent?
네, 짧은 문자 50원, 긴 문자 100원에 샵 1045로 보내주시고요. 반디 게시판 이용도 가능합니다.
What does a driver smell like?
I don't know, Steve.
Never heard that driver's scent term before. That's a clue for you.
드라이버의 냄새. 추첨을 통해서 총 5분께 비타민 C 세트 보내드리겠습니다. 블러의 Song 2 듣고 와서요. 여러분의 사연들 살펴보고 뉴스 포커스 볼게요. You're listening to Morning Special. It is the second day of January. It's a Thursday and we have lots of messages coming in. 7945님이요. 안녕하세요, 수진쌤. 저 육아휴직이 오늘로 시작됐습니다. Fraternity leave 아니면 paternity leave. 그러니까 이제 아빠로서의 육아휴직이 오늘 시작됐는데요. 잘 해낼 수 있을지 너무 걱정돼요. 응원해주세요 하셨습니다. 정말 화이팅입니다. This person is a father and his paternity leave starts today.
Oh, amazing.
It's amazing. The fact that you can actually go on paternity leave is, a step forward in the right direction too.
Absolutely. How long is it? Is it up to the new father? Is it, 3 or 6 months or 1 year? Or do you have a choice, I wonder? Or is it forced?
I don't think it's forced.
Yeah.
I think you can ask for a certain number of months. You can say, I'd like to take 3 months off or 6 months, 1 year, and it depends on the company as well.
I see.
Yeah, that's normally how it works. But 10 years ago, 20 years ago, this was unheard of. And nowadays, it's become more of a sort of natural thing for both parents to take care of the children as it should be.
As it should be, I totally agree with you. And also with the aging society here in Korea, this is just my opinion, but with the country getting older, and I think if you want to encourage newly married couples to have a child or have more children,
Yeah.
Then you have to do things like this. You have to say, the dad can take some time off to help take care, because if not, then the couple might think, it's going to be too much work, particularly if we have one child already. I'm alone. How can I take care of kids without your help? So I agree. I think it's great.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you as well. 지금 스티브 선생님이 말씀하신 것처럼 이제 출생률이 점점 낮아지고 있는데 이걸 높이기 위해서라도 더욱더 많은 부모님들, 특히 아버지들도 이렇게 육아휴직을 할 수 있는 그런 분위기가 장려됐으면 좋겠습니다. More and more fathers are taking time off to take care of their children, and that is just fantastic.
Yeah, and I can see, and I agree with you. I think it's great that people are actually doing it, because we all know about the work culture at companies here in Korea, where if you're the only one right? If you're the only one to take a break, then that might hurt your reputation in the company. It might hurt your chances at a promotion later on. Not that that's fair at all. But if everybody's doing it, that means nobody's judging, which is good, which is encouraging people to do it.
Right. 네, 7945님 정말 화이팅 하시고요. 잘 해내실 겁니다. 특별히 힘내시라는 의미로 아침 스프 세트 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. 신혜정님이요. 퇴원 후에 아직 몸을 회복하지 못한 우리 남편에게 힘내라고 좀 해주세요 하셨어요. This person's husband has just been released from the hospital, still recovering, and she says, give us some strength. So 힘내시길 바라겠습니다.
Absolutely. The good news, I guess, I'm not sure why he was in the hospital, but the good news is that he's out now.
Yeah.
And we call that the road to recovery. I'm on the road to recovery. So your husband is now on the road to recovery.
네, road to recovery군요. 회복의 길에 접어들었다 이런 표현을 영어로 한다고 합니다. 신혜정님, 또 신혜정님의 남편분 힘내세요. 또 4446 끝번호 쓰시는 분이요. 수진쌤, 스티브쌤. 도서관 책 정리하면서 듣고 있습니다. 새해 복 많이 받으세요 하셨습니다. Wow, this person works in a library. They're organizing the books right now. It's not common for people to work in libraries as it was in the past.
Yeah, of course.
Because with, digital books, audio books and things like that.
I think that might be one of my resolutions for 2020 is to read more. See, I was an English major in university.
Yeah.
And it just ruins reading for you.
Why?
Because you have to do it. Oh. If you are given a task that you have to do, it takes the enjoyment out of actually doing it. Now,
what you mean.
I enjoyed it at the time, but I read so much in 4 years at university. I was just constantly reading something. So it kind of, when I was finished with that, it kind of took reading away as a hobby of mine. But it's really interesting because once I start a book, I really get into it.
Yeah.
But the problem is starting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the gym for a lot of people.
Totally like the gym.
I was talking about this recently. Once you're in the gym, you're good, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually putting your shoes on and going to your car or going to the bus or subway and walking to the gym and getting in there. That's the hard part.
It really is.
For me, getting the book, opening the cover, reading the first 2 pages, that's the equivalent. But once I'm into it, I'm into it. So hopefully this year I can read some more books.
네, 저도 마찬가지로 좀 더 책을 많이 읽어야겠다는 새해 계획이 있는데요. 이렇게 도서관에서 책 정리하면서 듣고 계신 4446님 그리고 조금 전에 사연 읽어드린 신혜정님 두 분께도 특별 선물 아침 수프 세트 보내드리도록 하겠습니다. Keep sending in your messages and answers to the quiz. Any questions you might have throughout the show. We have 5 vitamin C sets prepared for you as well. But in the meantime, let's go over our news focus stories. 자, 그러면 첫 번째 뉴스 포커스 살펴보겠습니다. 지구촌의 허파로 불리는 아마존 열대우림에서 지난 10년 동안 벌목 등으로 6만 2천 제곱킬로미터가 사라진 것으로 나타났습니다. 남한 면적의 60%, 축구장 840만 개에 해당되는 면적인데요. Let's listen to the story.
The Amazon rainforest has lost the equivalent of 8.4 million soccer fields over the past decade due to deforestation. Since 2012, deforestation has been accelerating with rates of destruction skyrocketing in recent months. Environmentalists blame President Jair Bolsonaro for the increase as he has vowed to recover the Brazilian economy and explore the rainforest's economic potential. Experts say farmers have since taken advantage of relaxed controls on deforestation in the country and seized on those areas for development. The government has also been impeding the efforts of people working to keep deforestation in check.
Wow, over the past decade, we're looking at 8 million soccer fields.
8.4 million soccer fields have been removed from the Amazon rainforest, the equivalent of course.
Yeah.
And when we hear, I mean, you can put this statistic, you can present it to people in many different ways to let them feel the impact of the number or the amount.
Yeah, in terms of Korea, 60% of the South Korean land.
That's shocking, isn't it? That's even more shocking than 8.4 million soccer fields,
I guess
think.
so, yeah.
60% of our entire country here would have been wiped out if we were in the rainforest. Goodness me. So, yeah, a lot of people are blaming the president, Jair Bolsonaro, caring about the economy more than the environment. And this is one of the things that Greta Thunberg is talking about, money over the planet.
Right.
And maybe it's good for the economy, but it's definitely not good for the environment and the animals that live in that rainforest as well.
Exactly. Well, the farmers have been taking advantage of these relaxed controls.
Well, see, this is where it's tricky because people have to make money.
Yeah, I know.
Farmers have to make money and they have to feed themselves and they have to feed their families. So the balance between money and taking care of people and taking care of the environment can be very tricky to walk that line sometimes. But yes, farmers, because of the relaxed controls, have been taking advantage of the situation. So when you are, and that's our expression, to take advantage of, it means that you're getting the benefit from something.
Yeah.
And I'll give you an easy example. Let's say that this Friday, the weather happens to be 17 degrees outside. What do you think people would do? Or maybe let's use Saturday as an example.
Yeah.
What do you think people would do if the weather was 17 degrees?
If it's that pleasant, maybe go outside.
Exactly, right? And the reason is you want to get the benefit from the warm weather or the sun. So you might say, this Saturday, I'm going out. Let's go to the park. We have to take advantage of this warm weather.
아, 그래요. 뭔가를 이용하다라는 뜻의 take advantage of something이라고 하는데요. 물론 이제 상황에 따라서는 나의 이득을 위해서 이용한다라는 뜻이 될 수도 있지만 그냥 조금 더 포괄적으로 보시면 될 것 같습니다. 여기서는 기사에서는 farmers are taking advantage of the relaxed controls라고 했어요. 뒤에 나온 relaxed control은 정부의 어떤 완화된 그런 규제. 이제 아마존을 조금 나무를 베도 된다 이렇게 해서 뭐 개간 사업을 하고 싶다 그러면은 가능한 뭐 그런 조금 정책이 펼쳐지고 있죠. 그런 것을 이용하고 있다.
So when we talk about situations, they can be positive to take advantage of something.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of the sunshine, that's a positive thing. But when we talk about taking advantage of people, that's a very negative thing.
Right.
And this happens in relationships a lot. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend might say to you, I think you need to appreciate me more. Sometimes I think you take advantage of me. And if you say you're taking advantage of me, it means that you see me as weak and you are taking some benefits from me because you can.
그래요. 그냥 부정적인 의미로도 쓸 수 있네요. 사람에 대해서 take advantage of 누구누구라고 하면은 그 사람을 이용한다라는 뜻으로 부정적인 의미가 되겠습니다. But I'd like to mention to our listeners, please take advantage of Morning Special. And this is a good meaning, of course.
That's the positive meaning. We are here for you every morning, so please do take advantage of that. One more expression here very quickly. The government has been impeding the efforts of people working to keep deforestation in check. And when you impede something, it means that you are hindering it. That's another word. You are holding it back. You are stopping the progress of something, and I'll give you one easy example. If you are learning English, but you are very, very, very shy, then that is going to impede you from progressing quickly with your language learning, right? It's going to hold you back. It's going to hinder you, right?
맞아요. 방해하다 아니면 지연하다라는 뜻의 impede가 여기서 쓰였는데요. 현재 이제 브라질 정부 같은 경우는 조금 더 개발 쪽, 돈을 좀 더 벌자라는 쪽이기 때문에 deforestation 그러면은 산림 파괴잖아요. 산림 파괴에 대한 어떤 노력에 있어서는 좀 방해 내지는 뭐 이렇게 지연을 하고 있는 그런 모습이다. 이렇게 이해를 하시면 되겠습니다. Let's listen to the story one more time.
The Amazon rainforest has lost the equivalent of 8.4 million soccer fields over the past decade due to deforestation. Since 2012, deforestation has been accelerating, with rates of destruction skyrocketing in recent months. Environmentalists blame President Jair Bolsonaro for the increase, as he has vowed to recover the Brazilian economy and explore the rainforest's economic potential. Experts say farmers have since taken advantage of relaxed controls on deforestation in the country and seized on those areas for development. The government has also been impeding the efforts of people working to keep deforestation in check.
자, 두 번째 뉴스 포커스입니다. 2200여 년 전에 만들어진 중국 진시황릉에서 병마용 220여 구가 추가로 발굴됐습니다. 또 중국에서 가장 오래된 금제 낙타도 출토돼 학계에 비상한 관심이 모아지고 있는데요. Let's listen to the story.
Archaeologists working on the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang have announced the discovery of an additional 220 soldiers in the world-famous Terracotta Army after almost a decade of painstaking excavation. The team has been excavating the tomb since 2009, covering an area of about 500,000 square meters. The site is riddled with a vast array of artifacts. All told, the past decade has yielded the discovery of some 220 pottery figurines and 12 pottery horses, as well as a large number of weapons and architectural relics belonging to previously unseen military officers nestled among the ranks.
A really exciting discovery.
It really is, and I really, really want to go visit someday.
Yeah.
It's on my list of things to do. It's on the to-do list. Maybe not this year, but sometime.
네,
It really is amazing, isn't it?
It really is. 보이는 라디오로 이 금제 낙타도 보여드리고 있습니다. This was discovered, and just imagine, this is from 2,200 years ago.
I know, it's a gold camel.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that they found.
It's beautiful. I mean, look at the color and the shine.
And it's still in amazing shape,
Yeah.
right? It's not dented or damaged at all. And like you said, the history behind this. I mean, even something as simple as that little golden camel. Who owned that one day?
Right, exactly.
Who had that? What's the story behind that camel, I wonder?
And look at that intricate carving on the face,
Yeah.
the eyes, the ears, really beautiful.
Beautiful. Worth so much. Worth who knows how
Yeah.
much money, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, can you imagine going and digging around 500,000 square meters looking for small artifacts like this tiny gold camel?
It took 10 years, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's why they call it a painstaking process or a painstaking excavation. So think about that. You have this huge area of land, and you can't just use some big machine to dig holes.
Right.
You have to be very, very careful with your excavation, with your digging. So you have to use little tiny shovels, and you have to use little brushes.
Right.
I mean, the process is very slow, and it takes a lot of care and a lot of effort and a lot of hard work. And if it has those things, we call it painstaking.
네, 그렇습니다. 뭔가 이렇게 공들일 때 우리가 painstaking이라는 표현을 쓸 수 있어요. 그래서 공들인 그런 발굴이다. painstaking excavation이라고 할 수 있고요. 실제로 지난 10년간 발굴을 한 그 사업의 결과로 이번에 병마용 220여 구가 추가로 발굴된 것입니다.
If you were looking for a needle in a haystack, right?
Yeah.
A haystack is this big, how do you say that in Korean? Do you know? Haystack? A stack of hay?
지푸라기 더미?
Okay.
Something like that.
So you're looking for a needle. Is that easy?
Very difficult.
That's super difficult. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of time. That is another example of a painstaking process.
그러네요. 건초더미 사이에서 바늘을 찾는 것도 굉장히 힘들겠죠? 근데 이제 공들이다라는 painstaking, 힘들다라는 의미로도 쓸 수 있습니다.
It's the new year. A lot of people want to lose weight for their, right? For
As do I.
Yeah, for the new year, for the resolution. But you cannot just go to the gym twice. and lose 10 kilograms.
Right.
You can't just do that. It's not possible. It's not physically possible. You have to go many days a week, and you have to do it for the whole year. It's a painstaking process trying to lose 10 kilograms.
맞아요. 살 빼는 것도 이제 공을 들여야 살이 빠진다라는 얘기를 해주셨는데요. Are you trying to say something, Steve?
No, just a sentence example. Anyway, this site, after they've been digging since 2009 over these 500,000 square meters, they found that it was riddled with a vast array of artifacts. Now, usually when we use riddled with, first of all, it means there are lots and lots of typically bad things in a kind of small space. But in this case, it's a positive thing, right? So riddled with an array of artifacts means there are a lot of different artifacts in that area. But like I said, typically we use this with bad things. And i'll give you an example. If your teacher gives you back your report and your score is C minus, and you say, why the bad score? He or she can say, this report is riddled with grammar mistakes. And that means there are grammar mistakes all throughout it. There are so many in this space.
네, 뭐뭐 투성이다. 라는 뜻의 riddled with 뭐뭐뭐라고 할 수 있겠습니다. 리포트에 이 스펠링 미스테이크 투성이다. 그래서 내가 너에게 C-밖에 못 주겠다. 라고 할 때도 쓸 수 있습니다. Let's listen to this story one more time.
Archaeologists working on the tomb of Emperor Qin Shi Huang have announced the discovery of an additional 220 soldiers in the world-famous terracotta army after almost a decade of painstaking excavation. The team has been excavating the tomb since 2009, covering an area of about 500,000 square meters. The site is riddled with a vast array of artifacts. All told, the past decade has yielded the discovery of some 220 pottery figurines and 12 pottery horses, as well as a large number of weapons and architectural relics belonging to previously unseen military officers nestled among the ranks.
And let's remind our listeners of the quiz.
Another very important document that you need to carry, especially if you have a car, is the driver's blank. Is it number 1, driver's license, number 2, driver's look, or number 3, driver's scent?
This reminds me of yesterday you were talking about how you want to get a racing license.
Yes, if any of our listeners know any details related to that, please do let me know because I don't really know where to look to start. But yes, it is my resolution. No, it's not a resolution. It's one of my hobby plans for 2020.
네, 스티브 선생님이 올해 2020년에는 레이스카 운전면허증을 받고 싶다고 하셨는데 어떻게 해야 되는지 모르겠다 그러셨거든요. 여러분의 도움이 필요합니다. 알려주시길 바라겠습니다. 아울러서 여러분의 새해 계획도 알려주세요. Well, Steve would say, I will drive, but Gloria Gaynor says, I will survive. 노래 듣고 올게요.
So long.
자, 다음 뉴스 포커스입니다. 카를로스 곤 전 닛산 르노 얼라이언스 회장을 둘러싸고 영화에나 나올 법한 대탈출극이 펼쳐지고 있습니다. 가택연금의 출국 금지 상태였던 그가 지난 31일 오후 나는 레바논에 있다면서 일본의 사법체계에서 벗어났음을 선언한 것인데요. Let's listen to the story.
Former Nissan chief Carlos Ghosn has reportedly fled to Lebanon after jumping bail in Japan. The 65-year-old was one of the most powerful figures in the global car industry until his arrest in November 2018. Mr. Ghosn was released on $9 million bail in April under strict conditions that barred him from traveling abroad. Confirming in a statement he had gone to the Middle Eastern country, Mr. Ghosn said he would no longer be held hostage by a rigged Japanese justice system where guilt is presumed, discrimination is rampant, and basic human rights are denied.
Carlos Ghosn is gone.
Yes, officially, that's right. It's kind of like a Hollywood story, isn't it?
He wasn't allowed to leave the house or the country, but he's left the country.
Yeah, exactly. And we call that Sometimes when you're watching a movie, and this isn't an expression in the story, but it's kind of related, sometimes people are not released from jail because they are considered a flight risk. And a flight risk is someone who where there's a chance they will run away. So you'll see that in a movie or a drama sometime. Denied bail because they are a flight risk. I guess they didn't think he was a flight risk because even though bail was very expensive, $9 million, they still let him out. He was banned or barred from traveling abroad, but yes, now he is in Lebanon and he released a statement confirming so.
Yeah, apparently he hid himself inside an instrument case or something.
That's why I said it's like a Hollywood movie.
아, 그러게요. Flight risk 그러면은 도주의 우려 가능성이 있는 사람을 말하는데 그런 게 있었죠. 그럼에도 불구하고 어떻게 이제 일본을 떠났는지 뭐 악기 케이스 안에 이제 몸을 숨겨서 갔다라고는 합니다. Okay, let's look at rigged.
Yes, so in this statement, Mr. Gon said he would no longer be held hostage by a rigged Japanese justice system. Rigged, R-I-G-G-E-D, rigged. And what it means is it's fixed. It means the outcome is predetermined. It implies that it's somehow illegal as well.
Right.
You'll hear this expression when you talk about election results. Sometimes politicians, when they lose, they feel like the election was rigged. And what that means, if an election is rigged, it means the outcome is predetermined. The votes don't matter. Do people vote? Yes, they do. But officials, they manipulate it in a way, the way that they want, the outcome that they want.
그래요. 조작됐다는 뜻의 rigged가 여기서 쓰였습니다. Okay, let's listen to this story one more time.
Former Nissan chief Carlos Ghosn has reportedly fled to Lebanon after jumping bail in Japan. The 65-year-old was one of the most powerful figures in the global car industry until his arrest in November of 2018. Mr. Ghosn was released on $9 million bail in April under strict conditions that barred him from traveling abroad. Confirming in a statement he had gone to the Middle Eastern country, Mr. Ghosn said he would no longer be held hostage by a rigged Japanese justice system where guilt is presumed, discrimination is rampant, and basic human rights are denied.
And it's time to announce the answer to the quiz.
Another very important document that you need to carry, especially if you have a car, is the driver's number one license.
네, 운전면허증을 뜻하는 driver's license 1번 정답이고요. 소유경님, 엄구나님, 변영득님, 그리고 9810님과 1462 끝번호 쓰시는 분 축하드립니다. 비타민 C 세트 보내드릴게요.
You know that question? Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
I wonder which came first, the license or the car?
That's a good question.
Right?
The car,
You
no?
think so? I don't know.
Why would you have a license if you didn't have a car?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
닭이 먼저냐, 계란이 먼저냐, 운전 면허증이 먼저냐, 차가 먼저냐, 선생님이
That's true.
궁금하시다는데요.
How could you make a car driver's license? People would say,
What's it for?
What's it for? What's this license for? We don't
For
even.
something we will invent in the future.
Never mind. I guess it was a stupid question.
What is today's expression, Steve?
Oh, from the beginning of the show, back in the swing of things. So back in the swing of things means back to your routine, back to your regular schedule. So we had Christmas and we had New Year's and we had a couple of days off in there. We had the weekend, but now 2020 has officially begun and we have no more breaks until Sola, right?
Right.
So because we are back to work, we are back in the swing of things.
어떤 이게 정상 궤도에 접어드는 거를 back in the swing of things라고 합니다. 크리스마스도 있었고요. 그다음에 이제 새해도 있었고 이렇게 뭐 주말도 간간히 끼고 그러다 보니까 좀 며칠 쉬었다가 또 며칠 일했다가 며칠 쉬었다가 이러니까 이제 적응이 안 될 수도 있으나 이제는 정상 궤도에 접어들었다. We are back in the swing of things.
Yeah,
이런 표현을 쓰셨어요.
I'll give you just quickly a couple of more instances where you can use this. We had our listener talk about paternity leave this morning. When your paternity leave is finished
Yeah.
and you need to go back to work, then you can say, yeah, I'm back in the office. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Or when you come back from vacation, right? If you were gone for 4 days or a week or 2 weeks, you can say, yep, vacation's finished. Time to get back in the swing of things.
휴가 이제 끝났으니까 다시 원래대로, 원래 패턴대로 돌아가야지 라고 할 때 it's time to get back in the swing of things.
It is tough to get back in the swing of things, that's for sure, after a long break, right?
Yes. But we are trying to do just that, and I want to say thank you, Steve.
Thank you, as always, for having me. I hope you and our listeners have a great Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Taking Steve out of the studio now is a song by Adele. This is Water Under the Bridge. I'll be right back in part 2.